Comic books are encoded with a frontiersman's sense of adventure. Less bridled by a need to be approachable, less mired in pandering to a broad audience, comic books are the home to stories holding no loyalty to borders. A medium where the unexpected is required and imagination is the standard. Having said that, it's not a true mutant. It is still just a way to tell a story, and like all narrative delivery systems, it is saddled with certain rules, tropes, and conventions. These conventions become so soldered into our expectations that they fade away. Their nuances go unexplored. They become formless and unacknowledged, operating like background programs on a computer. This has happened to the concept of secret identities. It has been part of our superhero yarns for so long, we take it for granted, and fail to acknowledge it could have potential as a narrative nucleus. Superman's current story arc is showing us that after multiple decades of superhero stories, written and drawn by thousands of creators, there are still unexplored gradations to this most basic trope. The world now knows that Clark Kent is Superman. Issue number 44 is the first issue to show the actual fallout from this revelation. It demonstrates how life has changed for Clark through a rather interesting storytelling trick. The story accepts that the fallout from a superhero having their identity revealed is going to hit certain obvious beats. So it checks each of those beats off scene by scene, but as each little prophecy is fulfilled, a small twist is inserted. And by the end, the book has managed to massage the general demeanor and mission of Superman, with readers barely even realizing what happened. The most obvious ramification happens early on in the issue. Clark is walking down the street, simply trying to live life as he always has, when he's ambushed by the Royal Flush Gang and attacked with lasers, heat beams, and other various sci-fi armaments. He beats them easily, but before he can finish the fight, the gang turns on each other. The last standing gang member turns herself into Superman, explaining that she was done with the disrespectful and dangerous rule of the king. She explains, "This is how the rest of us protect our own." First box checked. If a supervillain knows who you are, they will come after you when you are the most vulnerable. Next, Superman is called away to stop a hostage situation over at the Daily Planet. Another box checked. If a villain knows who you are, they will come after the ones you love. During the battle, Perry White is shot and wounded. Clark visits him in the hospital sometime later. Perry is furious. He slaps the glasses off Clark's face, calls him a liar, blames him for getting him shot and for endangering everybody. Perry fires him. Last box checked. Upon discovering they have been lied to, the people closest to the hero will shun and abandon him. So far, everything has been chalk. In the book's final scenes, all the little variances in the formula reveal themselves. After Perry knocks them off, Clark doesn't put his glasses back on. He abandons his home and moves into a motel. He cuts off his spit curl. He is discarding the things that have separated Clark and Superman. He is homogenizing and becoming one being for the first time in his life. Then, with Jimmy Olsen's help, Superman broadcasts a message to the entire world. He tells the many villains he has made to stay away from his loved ones. He lets them know that any harm visited on them will be returned, quote, 1,000-fold. This is a very un-Superman-like thing to do. It signals a significant shift in who Superman is. This is a hero who is used to being invulnerable. However, now that everyone knows his biggest secret, his weak points are visible. He is no longer truly super. The catharsis of being able to exist incognito as Clark Kent is also gone. A man that was used to being two separate people is suddenly free to be neither. Superman's on-air proclamation is boorish, the actions of a desperate bully. When Lois confronts him on this, he admits that he is lost on what to do. His power is fading at a time when his loved ones need him the most. He tells her he will do what he has to quote, protect his own. This is exactly what the Royal Flush Gang said earlier. When Superman was Superman, he was a man of godlike power and total anonymity. He was able to be a hero with uncompromised ethics. He never had to risk anything. He was never forced to bend morally. But now he has been cornered and threatened. And how does he react? By adopting the mantra of a lowly street thug. While it feels like a small moment, it carries a lot of weight. Superman is not as strong as we thought. When tested in a new way, he buckled. When he was placed in a human situation, he acted, well, very human. When playing with this trope, writer Jean Luen Wang was able to show readers a naked Superman, a man without a symbol or power to hide behind. In doing so, we were able to see a side of the character never before given light, and we are intrigued and frightened by what we see. This book is in desperate need of some frickin' Ritalin. This book is completely undisciplined, but it's actually enjoyable moment to moment. It's very well written, the characters are relatable and likable, and